yeah, we live. A virtual performance and podcast.
Just a little distraction for your Saturday satisfaction.
There we go. Streaming live on Facebook right now every Saturday at 8 p.m. My name is Ellis Williams, and I'm here with the beautiful, gorgeous
Christine Williams.
Oh, yeah. How you doing, baby?
I'm good, babe. How are you?
I'm good. How was your week?
It was a week.
It was a week. It was a week. But we made the best of it like we always do. And here we go with the one and only best and worst, where we talk about some of the things that we watched this week, movies, TVs, whatnot, and we rank them from best to worst. All right, and the first movie that's up is The Carmichael Show. Follow stand-up comedian Gerard Carmichael as he navigates through life with his therapist and training girlfriend and his training opinionated family. It's alright.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about this show is that I never heard the guy before. I didn't even know it was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, I didn't know he was either.
You know?
But I watched it because, who's the daddy again?
David Alan Grier.
And I like him, and he's funny in that.
Of course. He is at his best in that. Like, he should have, why didn't he do more, like, sitcoms?
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah. And it had the
No,
mama.
he did do a sitcom. It was called In Living Color.
That wasn't no sitcom. That was a sketch show. But, yes, he should have did more sitcoms like that. And then it had the mama from Friday.
Yes.
You know, who always talk like this. Like there's something wrong.
Wow, you're so petty.
And then I start singing, oh, my eyes on the sparrow.
Wow. I also had Tiffany Haddish.
And Lil Rel.
From Get Out.
Yeah. You know, he was like, man, I told you not to go over there, man.
Yeah, no one from Get Out.
I told you not to go over there.
That honest friend that tells you how it is, but still come save you.
And you never listen to them. You never listen because you know they're going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of them.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, it was a good show. I mean, yeah. What else you got?
Okay, number 2, Spartacus, Vengeance. Its story follows Spartacus after he and his fellow gladiators kill their master Batiatus. I swear he has to be like Hispanic. Anyway, and escape from his ludus or gladiatorial training school.
They're Italian from Rome.
Yeah, but it just for some reason.
It sounds Spanish because they're Latin-based languages.
Still. Look, I'm not being politically correct on this one. I'm going to tell you right now. It just don't... Whatever.
Anyway.
Not nobody watching the show anyway. No, stop.
No, this. Like, this is the third... We was in the third season.
Well, this is the third season.
We watched last week.
Last week we watched the first season. She fell asleep. I watched the second season. Don't watch the second season. It is a waste of time. Because it's a prequel. Because in real life, the lead actor, Andy Whitfield, was... he had diagnosed with like some form of cancer, and he was going through the treatments, and they couldn't film, and then he passed away unfortunately, and they replaced him in the third season. Still a great show. You know,
even with the guy being replaced. Normally, when they replace main characters, I'm like, it's not the same, but it was still good. They also replaced another character, the love interest of one of the other. Navia. Was he?
Navia.
Something like that.
Something with an N. Like
yeah.
It sounds like
no, I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like a skincare product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, to the third movie. Woo. All right. Southern Survival. Outdoor gear tested.
Wow.
The battle box. Of course. You know. The Battle Box crew tests out products designed to help people survive dangerous situations, including explosions, natural disasters, and intruders. I love this show.
It was an interesting show. I will give you that.
Yeah, it was an interesting show because what they're doing is all these products that you see on like Wish, you know, and Groupon and stuff that you'd be like, that ain't gonna work. Yeah. They put them to the test, and they take all the ones that are Southern approved, approved to save your lives, and they put it all in a care package, and you can buy it on their site. I think it's crew.com or battlebox.com.
Watch the show. And
yeah, watch the show on Netflix, and yeah, you can buy all that stuff, and I think it's very helpful information to have, especially because you never know.
I mean,
You never know.
It's like a worst case scenario show, and they put the fear of God into you, so you're like, oh, I need that. Do you really need that?
Yeah, you don't need it.
People have been surviving without it for a long time before.
And people haven't.
And they also test it in cases that are just like ideal, where most of the time those cases they're not going to happen like that. So like you may have the tool and not even like, so for example, a car accident. If you get into a car accident and you're not able to open the door, so you need to bust the window, right? There was the little gadget that you put on the dashboard.
Oh, listen to this, guys. You're going to love this.
That you put on the dashboard, and then you pull it off, and you cut your seatbelt off, and you bust the window. So know what happened if you get in a car crash and that thing fly to the back of the car? Then how you going to get it then? Tell me. They ain't test that scenario.
Because it's clipped. It's clipped to the front, so it's not.
Yeah, no.
Okay, valid point. I did not think of that before.
Okay, so we're going to rank them?
I'm going to rank them.
Okay.
So my top one, I mean, before it was Southern Survival, but you screwed it up for me. So I'm just going to say it's Spartacus.
Yes.
Vengeance. And when I say these are like my top, these are really just the top of the mediocre thing.
Yeah.
So Spartacus.
Yeah.
Vengeance is my best. Then Southern Survival. Then Carmichael Show. Only because, yes, I've seen Spartacus. I've seen all the seasons. You haven't, but
yeah, this is my first time watching it.
I've seen it, but it's so good that you can watch it again. So Southern Survival was the first time. Carmichael, so I've seen it. You know, I saw it like maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, eh.
So I'm gonna partially agree with you. Spartacus is at the top of my list. I love the action. It is my first time watching it, so it's all very new to me. But I like the storyline. I mean, some parts are like
sex.
Some
nudity.
Yes, some of it is super extra, and I could do without. But it's a good storyline, and I love a storyline about underdogs. So that's a good show. It's a good show to watch. And then my second, I'm gonna go with Carmichael. The Carmichael Show. I mean, I know you've seen it before, but this is my first time watching it. I like it. It's stupid, funny sitcoms normally are not my thing, but. Wow. It's actually like, okay, it's not too much funny, but it's not too much stupid, and they have some good stories in there, points in there.
Okay, all right.
And then last, I'm gonna put the Survival Show, only because in my mind, for what I do for a living, I'm always just like, yeah, that's an ideal scenario, and you did not think about A, B, C, and D. So, therefore, I wouldn't buy it.
Always. I mean, I'm the Debbie Downer. Always got to ruin a good thing.
I'm the realist here.
Whatever. Okay. And with that, we have a new segment that I am excited to bring to you guys. We are excited to bring to you guys. It is called Who's on the Line? An interview session where we bring in people, artists, whoever, and we just talk about some good stuff that's going on with them and whatever theme we got going on for this episode. Today's episode is gospel jazz. And this person is a gospel producer, my best friend, and his name's Donovan Capron. So,
check it out.
Let's see who's on the line.
So it's your boy, gospel producer Donovan Capron, here in sunny Fort Lauderdale. And if you owe me money, you know exactly where to find me. Or if I owe you money and you're a bill collector,
well, man, it's good to have you on the show, calling in and all this goodness. Yeah, good to have. I figured you'd be the perfect person to start this this new segment with. You. For you guys who don't know, Donovan Capron, or DC, and I went to high school together, and we worked on a lot of projects, including my first album. He featured in my second album. That's Euphoria, and the second one is called A Battle. And he featured in some songs on that record. And he recently did Bulldozer with me. And and dude, like we've been at it. We've been at it for a while. So let's start this off with the first question.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you do for a living.
Well, I own a yacht, and
I'm about to say, you never told me that a yacht. I'll fly down there right now. You're going to the Bahamas.
100 acres of land. So right now, I am managing a performing arts theater down in Miami called the Julius Littman Theater. And that is one of the greatest joys I get to have, because I get to work with a lot of people doing music, doing plays, doing productions, doing everything. Anything that happens on the stage, I have my hand in it. And I really get a chance to really help people hands-on, from people who have been on Broadway to people who are just starting their first production. It's amazing. And then I also do, like Ellis said from before, gospel production. And so basically how it works is most of the time, or most of the people that I work with are remote clients, and I never met them face to face. And what they do is they just basically send me either their vocal or their instrumental track. And we sit together and we come up with something, and something that everybody can enjoy. Something that can withstand the test of time and that everybody will love. So it's definitely a joy to be able to work in that capacity.
That's crazy, man. What's the name of the Performing Arts Center again?
That is the Julius Littman Theater.
Julius Littman Theater. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So what kind of artists have you worked with so far?
So I work primarily with a lot of
the ones that matter.
So I work primarily with a lot of gospel artists, because that's my background, that's my forte, and a lot of jazz artists. Most of them are local, as far as when it comes to like doing gigs and stuff. But like I was saying from before, the majority of my business actually comes from remote clients. So it's everybody, like people in China, people in Africa, some of everybody. My last customer was somebody from France. So it's definitely interesting having a chance to figure out the language barrier sometimes, and also having a chance to culturally understand them and add that to the music that I'm producing. So what I do is I basically learn what is going on in that culture, that area. And I also learn what have they done in the past, so that they kind of have a reference point of, I'm not taking them too far away from anything that they've already done, but I have a chance to understand what goes on culturally, because sometimes different patterns and different beats, different styles can make an artist move a certain way, and make their crowd move a certain way. So that's definitely a point that you want to drive home, because you don't want to necessarily do reggae music in a place that never really had it and they don't understand it. So but if you do, it's definitely something where you would want to use elements from where they're from, so they can kind of understand a little bit more.
Yeah, like pretty much the phrase "music is a universal language" definitely plays true when it comes to what you do. Definitely, yes.
So who do you consider to be the best gospel producer out here now? Or I guess in the past too, you could say in the past.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I have to give it to them. I mean, there are a lot. You definitely got your Richard Smallwood, you got Donald Lawrence, there's a ton of them, but one person that has withstand the test of time and is undoubtedly one of the best is Kurt Franklin. I have to give it to him.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, a gospel producer should be able to help with the writing process. They should be able to help formulate tracks if possible.
Mm-hmm.
But the one biggest thing that a producer is supposed to do is bring the best out of an artist. And he has done that time and time and time again. He works closely with Tamala Mann, and Tamala Mann is just bringing home them awards, man. She is doing it. I mean, you off the top of your head, you can name off a whole bunch of Tamala Mann songs. I mean, Take Me to the King, Now Behold the Lamb. I mean, whenever they get together, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
True.
So I would have to say definitely Kurt Franklin. He's just been that dude. Like I can't say that there's been a time where he's just done a garbage track.
True.
That I know of.
You could almost say like a producer is almost as good as his artist, but in his case, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He'll probably make anybody sound great and believable.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I am a big Kurt Franklin fan, so
she is. She's a huge Kurt Franklin fan.
Even though I'm recently finding out a lot of his songs are sampled, but it's okay because he done did it for the Lord, so that's all that matters.
But see, but
I'm sampling for the Lord.
Oh, look. So see, that's when you're supposed to do the key. The keys are a cue. So check it.
I got you.
Oh, doing it for love. Okay, so look, so threw me off with that one. Now it's cool you said that yes, he did a lot of sampling, but I think he did something that's very comparable to like what Puff Daddy did in the '90s, or P Diddy, or Puff, or Diddy,
whoever
or
you
did,
want to call him.
however you want to, Sean Combs.
Yes.
Anyway, he was able to take
Mr. Combs.
older stuff and cross over the genre, like in general, because he took hip hop and he made older folks at the time, they were, the main generation, but he was able to have them listen to the new stuff and be like, oh, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, countless people from our generation, like when we was in high school listening to Rebirth.
Yeah.
Know how many songs we played over that? Stomp.
Hey, I still
Stomp
got
was the first one.
tapes.
Yeah, just taking taking artists, like mainstream artists, or taking older songs, sampling it, and then making it new for the Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely been that man. Like, and a lot of people knock sampling, but I gotta say, it really takes a creative mind to take a sample and flip it. Like,
it's an art.
A lot of people like to knock Kanye West, but I've seen some of the samples that he's flipped, and man, let me tell you, it takes a creative genius to flip a sample. It is not easy. It is not easy at all. So.
Cool.
Only.
So now I gotta ask this question, because you also play in church, correct?
Yes.
You played in church many times. And I know every church musician sees some crazy things that goes on during service. Yeah, I see that expression. Tell us your craziest moment that you've experienced during church service while you was up there playing.
Okay, so I mean, this is probably not the craziest one, but it's definitely up there. I done seen so much. I done seen people trip and fall.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of videos.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I went to my homeboy's church. This is back in high school.
All right.
Went to my homeboy's church, and he was like, "Yeah, man, why don't you come play some drums?" I'm like, "All right, no problem. I'll come play some drums." So I get there, and I just finished tuning up the drum set, and the first lady comes out, and out of nowhere, I'm talking like, you know how you play like Grand Theft Auto and like you just like pull guns out of nowhere? Like she pulls this bass drum out of nowhere, like this giant 30-inch like marching bass drum. And the pastor gets these band cymbals. And then there's like another guy with like a washboard, and um it gets better. Like there was this bass player that was there, and like he plays with his eyes closed, and like he just hits strings. And my friend comes in and he was like, yeah, man, so yeah, we getting ready to do these songs, and they're gonna do, you know, some upbeat, some old school songs and everything like that. And all I could think was, man, what did my friends just get me into? Like, I don't know if it would have been offensive to laugh, but I couldn't hold it. I just bust out.
Did I ever tell you about the time when I ran into Pinky in his church?
From Friday?
Yes.
Oh no,
Not the original, but he was definitely a copy. So this was not too long ago. It was still when I was living in Florida, or when I moved back, and it was just, they hit me up, I think via email. I don't know how they got me, but they emailed me and said, "Hey, can you come through? I was under the impression it was rehearsal, and it was a paid rehearsal." Uh-huh. So they gave me the songs. I was like, all right, cool. They about to be on. I'm about to be practicing. I'm ready.
This is your day.
So I have to explain that one later now. So so we get there, and I'm in regular clothes. I'm in, like, you know, polo shorts, and then I start seeing people coming in. You know, some people are dressed. There's like different types of people from all over. There's, you know, all sorts of ethnicities and people, and I'm like, this is interesting. Okay, the vocalists are practicing. I'm like, okay, they sound decent, I guess. And then I see the people come in, and I'm just like, is this a rehearsal? This doesn't look like a rehearsal. And then the pastor comes in, 2 women on his arms, wearing one of them. Yes, wearing one of them suits.
Did he have a pinky ring?
I don't know. He probably had rings on all of his fingers. And then he had jerry curls, as long as my hair. Yes, jerry curl. And then he comes to me. He says, excuse me, brother. What you wearing today? He literally said it like that. And I'm like, I thought it was a rehearsal. No, brother, this is church. And I'm like, but it's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Wednesday night service.
It wasn't no nighttime. And then this, God, I had to ask God to forgive me after this. So I'm just thinking, at this point I'm plotting my escape. I'm like, I have to get out of here before this starts, because I don't know what I'm doing with this music. We haven't rehearsed. I'm just here. And when he said, everybody bow your heads, I picked up the horn. I told my cousin that was with me, I said, grab my case. And we walked out of there so smooth, went straight to the car and got out of there. And I felt so bad, but I just felt so uncomfortable there. It was just like, what? Pinky? Pastor Pinky? It's Pinky. Like, wow. Come on.
That's funny.
Oh man, yeah. But anyway, thank you, man. Thank you for being our first guest.
Yes.
Definitely had a lot of fun. You know, we could literally talk all day. I hope the people enjoy and appreciate this, and we believe you have a performance for us later on in the show that everybody is gonna catch on. And before we go, tell us, give us any sneak peeks of any projects you have coming up.
So I will very soon. I'll be releasing one small little single. It's me playing keyboard. it's a song that is kind of dear to me because it's um it's a song about people living their best life. The premise that I got in order to do it was I saw a lot of people at a time, they were committing suicides. So this was something that was dear to me because there's a lot of friends that I had that, you know, were going through suicidal tendencies and everything. So it's called Look to Jesus Now and Live. It's a song that was public domain. So I'm just recovering it. And the whole premise behind it is to help battle with people that are dealing with depression, dealing with suicidal thoughts, and dealing with some other things along those same lines.
Wow.
And then another project that I have coming on is I'm working with a woman by the name of Simone. She's getting ready to release her first single. So this is a high energy shout song that,
Okay.
you know, once you hear it, you just have to pick up your feet and just start moving and start dancing. Like
Okay. I got
if
my
it
part
got
of-
me in the studio dancing while I'm making it, like you know it's fire.
That's what's up, man. That's cool. That's cool, man. Well, shoot, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Tell our followers how they can follow you, check out your music, all that good stuff.
So it's my name, Donovan Capron, at Gmail. You can definitely reach me by Gmail if you need to get some music done. You can check out my samples on YouTube. My full name, Donovan Capron, on YouTube. And I am also the only Donovan Capron on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh.
I am jealous. I am
Nice.
jealous. I'm very jealous. Well, all right, man. We'll go ahead and catch you later. And thank you
Thanks, Donovan.
for being on the line.
You got it.
And there you have it. Our first ever Who's on the Line with Donovan Capron.
Yeah.
Thanks, Donovan.
Yeah, thanks, Donovan.
Coming through. That was a lot of fun. Got to talk
Yeah.
about a lot of good stuff.
We did.
So definitely follow him.
Mhm.
It was Donovan Capron at gmail.com.
And everywhere else, Donovan.
And everywhere else. He's the only Donovan Capron on Facebook and Instagram, so you can't miss him.
Yeah.
So now that brings it to trivia, but today's different. I'm doing trivia again. So, are you ready for these questions?
Bring it on.
All right, if you know the answers, put it in the comments section because here it is. Gospel trivia.
We all know that I'm better at trivia than you are.
You smile so lucky. I'm going to hell. Anyway, number one. Who is considered the founding father of gospel music? This is multiple choice. A. Bobby Jones. B. Thomas Dorsey. C. Kurt Franklin. Or D. Kanye West.
Well, number one, I know it ain't no Kanye West.
You don't know.
I'm going to go with Bobby Jones.
Wrong. All right. Number two. True or false? And you'll find out the answer at the end of all of these. Okay. Number two. True or false? Gospel is a product of jazz.
I'm going to go with false for my final answer.
All right. Well, we'll find out soon enough. And last but not least, number three. Which of these is not a subgenre of jazz? Because, oh my gosh, there are so many. This is multiple choice. A, ragtime. B, fusion. C, snake jazz. Or D, Cape jazz.
Cape jazz? What? Okay. I don't even.
I mean, I'm surprised you're not surprised at snake jazz, but okay.
I mean, I'm like, can you repeat the question?
Which of these is not a subgenre of jazz?
I'm going to go with snake jazz because I'm pretty sure that's from Rick and Morty.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. All right, let's go straight into these answers. Okay, so number one, who is considered the founding father of gospel music? You said Hababa Jones, and I say you are wrong, 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 wrong.
Bobby
God
Jones.
said you're wrong.
Bobby Jones sound correct. Bobby Jones gospel.
Yeah, whatever. So, the answer is B, Thomas Dorsey.
Never heard of him.
Well, Thomas Dorsey, I'm going to tell you. Thomas Dorsey is credited for developing what is known as modern gospel music in the 1930s. He wrote two standards, Precious Lord, Take My Hand, and Peace in the Valley, and discovered the world's first gospel superstar in Mahalia Jackson. Yes. Pretty dope guy. He actually
It's a good song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pretty interesting about Thomas Dorsey when he started making his version of gospel, because gospel was out before, like the type of gospel.
Mm-hmm.
When he made the modern, what we all know as gospel now, they looked at him like he was
Kurt Franklin.
No,
in the 90s.
No, they looked at him like he was worshiping the devil.
Like Kurt Franklin in the 90s.
And let's go on to the next answer. True or false? Is gospel a product of jazz? You said false, and I am unfortunate to tell you that you are right. It is false. Although black gospel music was heavily influenced by early forms of blues and jazz, and still is, it is actually a direct descendant of Christian hymns and Negro spirituals, with the first use of term gospel song being used in 1874.
Wow.
Yes. Because you see,
Wow.
my sister,
Wow.
possibly from a mister,
Wow.
modern gospel came from the Christian hymn, because people like Thomas Dorsey was listening to people like Louis Armstrong, Bix Beiderbecke, some other cats, and they were just like, I like some of these jazz sounds. Let's go ahead and spice this up a little bit. Now they started putting some elements of blues in there.
And do it for the Lord.
Yes, because when you want to take it all the way back, spirituals and whatnot, yes, hymns, Christian, if you want to go all the way back to the old, all the way back to like European music, people was doing that forever. And then you had Negro spiritual, which originally we were making these songs that we communicate because they took our drums, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And what we did with it eventually, those branched off into two elements. You had blues, and then you had gospel. All right. And then from blues, you had more of a jazz, and then gospel ended up being influenced by jazz. And then we had all the beautiful stuff that we got now.
So what you're saying, my brother, is that all of the music that we know today stems from black people.
Indubitably, my sister. My beautiful Nubian princess, Queen Abudallah. And number 3. Which of these is not a subgenre of jazz, ragtime, fusion, snake jazz, or cape jazz? The answer is C.
I knew that was
snake jazz. Yes, you're right.
I knew that was.
Ragtime and fusion are more popular forms of jazz in America. Mm-hmm. Ragtime being around the time like Dixieland and all that stuff in New Orleans, where they believe was the birth of jazz. Mm-hmm. And then fusion being something that was developed later on, like in the 70s, after we went completely off the rails with free jazz. and cape jazz definitely is something that is more popular in like the southernmost parts of Africa, to be specific, Cape Town in South Africa. Yes. So, yes, snake jazz is not real, but it is up and coming. See me on your next snake jazz album. And with that said, that's all I got for trivia. Did you get it right? Did you get it wrong? I don't know. I might not even care, but I'm going to read the comments later. Let's check this out. When, where, why,
When, Where, Why, where we discuss our destinations that we'd love to go to if we were not, in this predicament.
Yeah.
So,
Son of a.
so today, in line with the theme for jazz, you mentioned Dixie Jazz earlier.
Dixieland, yeah.
Dixieland Jazz.
No, she's not a jazz head. It's okay.
Yeah,
Still
I'm not. But, like you said, known as the birthplace of jazz, our destination today is none other than New Orleans, Louisiana.
Nolans, Nola?
New Orleans.
All right.
So when will you want to go? So first off, let's just mention that New Orleans has an annual jazz festival. Pretty sure they didn't do it this year, but it occurs typically in April every year. And they already have Mardi Gras in March. But if you're going to go outside of those events, the best time to go is,
when you feel like it.
Yeah, you can go when you feel like it, but either in late February or early March or late April, and then either in the fall between September and November. Summer is okay if you have a high heat tolerance, because it does get super hot up in New Orleans during that time.
Duper hot.
The humidity there is like unbelievable. I have a high heat tolerance, but I thought it was like, wow, it's hot out here. But I mean, and then, but if you want to go for Mardi Gras or jazz, or for the jazz festival, nothing against those, but there's so many reasons why you can go outside of those events. And so that brings us to the why. Number one, the food is going to be good all year round, no matter when you go.
You already know that.
Yeah, so we got jambalaya, we got them beignets, we got that black and everything, we got them po' boy sandwiches. You can get the oysters, the shrimps, or whatever you want to get on it.
Wait, I just had PTSD. Them damn seagulls took my beignet. You watched the last episode, which you should have last week? The beignet, the seagull took it out of my hand and ate it.
So we're gonna have to go back to. We're gonna have to go to New Orleans and get you some more. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. If you love to see us go to that trip, plug. Close free to fund it.
Yep. Always taking donations, people.
So another reason. The live jazz that you can get available in New Orleans.
Of course.
You got Bourbon Street, that's a staple if you're gonna go there. You got the French Quarter, a staple experience. Most notably, you got these drinks.
Hey.
On Bourbon Street, let me tell you, buy one, get two free. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the grenades.
Yeah.
That's just that drink, I think, is native to New Orleans, I want to say.
Hand grenades. Yes.
Hand grenades. They are delicious. All you need is one with no ice and you're good.
Yeah, and you have two and you're not going to know how you got back to your room.
Yeah, basically. They also have informative cemetery tours. Cemeteries, I know, are like, who would want to go to a cemetery for fun?
No.
But they're actually really beautiful, and they are pretty interesting. The interesting facts that you learn when you're doing the tour. Yeah. And they have Bayou Swamp tours if you're interested in seeing some alligators.
I'm from Florida. I'm good.
If you want to see New Orleans alligators. And they have steamboat cruises too, which is
that's something. Okay.
It's kind of like what was the Disney Princess?
Princess and the Frog.
Yes.
Look, I hate that movie. No, I love that movie, but everybody always makes fun of me because they're just like, they see the alligator playing trumpet and it's like, you from Shreveport? If you've seen the movie, you know the reference. So yeah, whatever.
I wasn't a big fan of that movie either, but that's neither here nor there. That's not the topic for today.
It is not. It is not. Maybe in the future.
Maybe we need to have a Disney show.
Yeah, maybe we do.
Okay, so that concludes the when, where, why segment.
Nice. Now we are going to our musical selection. So we talked to this dapper young fella earlier, and he is back for another performance for you guys. Definitely check this guy out. This is Donovan Capron.
DC.
Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to be doing a remix of the Mario theme song. I'm making it because I have a specific use I need to use it for. And some of the ones that I saw on YouTube kind of don't really fit into what I needed to do. So I'm just going to be making this one from scratch. It is slowed down and it is pitched up a little bit. More so because of the fit, but secondly because, well, it's to stop it from getting removed from places like Facebook and YouTube issues. So without further ado, here we go. And I already have the sample in there, so there goes nothing.
Dang, that boy can play. Can he play? Woo-wee. So there you have it, folks. That is our episode. And I think I almost forgot something. Very.
A special announcement.
A special announcement for you guys. You've got to check this out. Are you ready? Can I get a drum roll, please? Bam! Here we go. Live the Music Volume 2, All From One Experience. My latest release is now available on my website, ewillzmusic.com, in the shop section for pre-order now. It is going to be sold limited supply, so make sure you get it before it sells out. Before I put it, I don't know, maybe it'll be in iTunes, who knows? But right now we are selling the physical copy, so get that. If you've seen me play live for the All From One Experience, you see that everything comes from trumpet, beatbox, and vocals, and it is definitely something to behold. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of like a live CD of it. Mm-hmm. This is a second mixtape in a series where I do covers of original songs. Some are of other artists, and then some are mine. And there are also 2 new songs that have not yet been released on this album. So definitely check that out. Support. And
get it while it's hot before it's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good album. If you haven't seen them perform, this is something that you're gonna want to listen to. It's a nice chill vibe album. And when you purchase this, you also get
Live the Music Volume 1, my first mixtape.
Yeah.
And I think you get another little goodie in there that I'm going to be a surprise. So all that for the awesome price. Are you ready? $10.
Only $10.
You guessed it. So definitely check that out. Now, I believe that is another great show. You guys, thank you for watching. Follow me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Willz Music. One of these days, I'm gonna put her stuff on here when she actually wants y'all to follow her, when she actually make posts and stuff. One of these days, but she be there somewhere. Definitely do that, guys, and I will be going live for the We Live Music wrap up on Instagram. So make sure you follow me at Willz Music, EWILLZ Music. You just saw it there. I'm getting ready to perform with Good Shot Judy right now, and I'm about to go live for real with them. So check that out, guys. All right. And did you have fun?
I had tons of fun, as always.
Oh, I had tons of fun, guys. So I just want to leave with this parting gift. Just remember, if you fart and it stinks, you should probably go to the bathroom.
Or buy that CD.
Or buy that CD.